Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal and welcome to the Spanish Super Cup final. There is a trophy on the line here, it's a chance for silverware. This is a massive game for Barcelona and it's against Athletic Club. So let's get straight into the match preview. This should be an amazing match. And of course, let's start with a few details going into this one so you guys know everything about tomorrow night's game. It's going to be, again, a neutral venue. This time, the Estadio La Cartuja over there in Sevilla. But again, it will be that regular kickoff time in the evening, 9 PM local time, over there in Spain, and as I just mentioned there, it should be a real cracker of a game. And why not crack straight into things, guys, by talking about ourselves, Barcelona, coming into this fixture, because let's just set a few things straight. This is a final. It is a massive game for Barcelona. Winning trophies is what we do, it's in our DNA, and I expect all of those Barcelona players out there tomorrow, the coaching staff, Ronald Koeman in particular, to know that full well. And I really do want to reiterate that before we go into anything further, because this is just such a massive game for Barcelona. As you guys will all know, last year in fact, we just didn't win a single trophy. So we all know, guys, getting on tomorrow would be absolutely massive. Just 17 days into the new year. Look, 6 months after Ronald Koeman took over? This would be a massive confidence boost to the whole team to carry on for the rest of the season, to really build that confidence. And I think you look at some of our players in the squad also, it would be their first official trophy as a Barcelona player. You know, you're talking about Dest, De Jong, Griezmann, even players like Araujo, Mingueza, Pedri, all of these young players coming in. This would be massive for them, and I think it is such a huge game. But moving on to performance and what we really need to see from Barcelona tomorrow, I think away from the occasion and the fact that this is a big chance to win a trophy, we do need to see that performance, that level of play from Barcelona. And against Athletic Club, of course we will be tested. We always know we will be when we're playing our Basque friends, and we've got to see Ronald Koeman's side seriously up for tomorrow's game, playing our football, getting at that Athletic defence, and really, guys, scoring that first goal. That's really crucial. I also genuinely think the lineup tomorrow, it plays a massive role in how well we do. If we're bringing Dest back in, if we're bringing Messi back in, I think our chances really do significantly rise. And I think against Sociedad we saw we were missing those players a little bit. I thought Mingueza did a good job at right back, but certainly Messi up front. We spoke about in the review of that mental and massive Sociedad win that we just looked a little bit stuck in the final third at certain critical points in the game where we needed some quality, some real class in the final third. We just didn't have that. So I think if we really want this trophy, having Messi back is absolutely crucial. But will he be there, guys? Will Messi return? Will Dest come back in? These are questions we've got to ask, but performance-wise from Barcelona, we've got to see a massive, massive shift from the team. I'm expecting them to be right up for this one, and I really need to see some quality football. But let's actually move towards Ronald Koeman's team selection, because there are some interesting points of discussion. Let's start with the goalkeeper. Ter Stegen will, of course, be in goal. His heroics in the semi-final will never, ever be forgotten, in my opinion. You know, another massive performance from him. What a great night that was. In defence, this is what I've gone for. I've brought Dest in as a straight swap for Mingueza, and I've kept Longley and Araujo at centre-back. Whether Mingueza deserves to be dropped is another matter. I wouldn't be upset if Araujo started next to Mingueza, but I think he'll bring Dest in at right back and he will leave Longley in next to Araujo at centre back. At left back, of course, it will be Jordi Alba. In midfield, it's also pretty self-explanatory to me. We will have Busquets there in the pivot role, De Jong and Pedri as the interiors. That seems to be working really well. I think, talking about Pedri in particular, we need to see a bit more from him in tomorrow's game. I know he's capable. I just think maybe he's getting a little bit tired. Like we've seen Dest, the same things happen to him in the past week, so he got a valuable rest. Pedri hasn't really been able to get that despite being subbed for extra time last time out, but I'm hoping he reaches his levels again. And then you've got the front three, guys, which for me is pretty self-explanatory. Like the rest of the team, really, the only debate is, I suppose, does Mingueza play? You know, does Dest come back in? Does Longley play? But up front, guys, it would be Dembele on the right, Griezmann on the left, and then it's either Messi or Martin Braithwaite up front. We still don't know whether Messi will play or not. Maybe by the time you guys are watching this video, it's more clear. There seems to be new reports on that every 4 hours or so. So, you know, that's very up in the air. If he plays, it's massive. If he doesn't, we'll of course play Martin Braithwaite up front. That's not ideal at all. But if that is the case, if we have to play Braithwaite, I'm still expecting the team to put in a really good performance, but we may struggle that little bit more. But now let's move on to our opposition, guys, in Athletic Club. And I think I've got a lot to say about this side under Marcelino, because Athletic, of course, are all that stands between us and that precious silverware tomorrow evening. Let's actually just take it back to just 10 days ago, guys, when, of course, we played Athletic at San Mamés. And we won 3-2, guys. That was, of course, Marcelino's first game in charge. He's barely been here, and I think already since he's been at the club, we've seen just how much of a good addition he was to that Athletic side, getting them into a final, putting in much better performances. And I think, look, On that evening, we were excellent against Marcelino's side. The 3-2 win was probably a bit harsh on us, if you can say that. So if we can replicate that sort of performance against Athletic tomorrow, that would be really, really good because we looked really dangerous that game. And if we do that sort of thing tomorrow, there's no reason why we don't win this match. But of course, no two games are the same, and this Athletic side will look to make things a bit of a nightmare for us. And I think, they have that in their locker. They really do. Marcelino can do that. Athletic can do that. And just talking about Marcelino, guys, the last final we actually played in was, of course, the Copa del Rey final all those times ago. It was, of course, in Sevilla there, like this one, against Valencia, and Marcelino beat us there by 2-1. And I think Athletic, they can certainly execute that sort of game plan. They can be rigid without the ball, they can be quick and effective on attack, in small spaces, on the counter-attack, and they, of course, can be really aggressive and full-on without the ball. So Barcelona have to match those sorts of levels all over the pitch. But what I do want to say to this Barcelona side going into this game is this: we can hurt Athletic Club, and I say that because look, not only did we do it 10 days ago, I'm sure you guys all saw that game, I thought we were excellent on the night. The 3-2, like I said, was probably harsh on us. We created so many chances against them and really hurt their defence. But I'm sure also, guys, you all watched Athletic Club's victory over Real Madrid. Of course, the reason they are now in the final and playing against us tomorrow, and whilst, yes, they were quick and effective in attack, they were tough and aggressive, to me, they also really struggled in that game. And I say that because despite Real Madrid, to me, playing quite poorly, a little bit slow, sluggish, nothing really going forward for them for large parts of that game, they still kept on breaking Athletic down. And those last 20-25 minutes, they were hell to watch, won't they? I'm sure as an Athletic fan, they would have been on their knees there watching those last 20 minutes because Real Madrid kept on breaking them down. There were heaps of spaces in Athletic's defence, especially on the left-hand side of Balenciaga. He just could not watch that side, and Cruz, or whoever it was, or Vinicius, they just kept on pinging balls over there, and it was like a gaping wound in their defence. And I think all night long, despite Real, like I say, not playing that well, there were gaps in their defence. And of course we saw that ourselves when we played them at San Mamés. So yes, Marcelino and always Athletic Club sides, they are really strong, they are hard to play against. But I still think when I watched Athletic, when I saw what we did against them 10 days ago, when I see the way they played against Real Madrid despite winning, we will get chances. If we're playing well, if we're sharp, if we really go at them, there's no reason why we don't win this final and get this silverware. And that does leave me with my match prediction, which I'm very, very lost on in all truth. I don't really know what's going to happen here. I'm also actually tempted to say this one goes to extra time, but I've gone with a cop-out, if you like. I've gone with Barcelona 2, Athletic Club 1. I do honestly think it could be that sort of game. Maybe it's very tight and Barcelona nick one towards the end on a break or when the game gets a little more stretched. I think a 2-1 scoreline, maybe in normal time, maybe in extra time could be the case. Can Barca keep a clean sheet? I'm not so sure. Will it go to penalties again? Let me know down below. There's so much to talk about for this game. It is a massive one, and that is where the match preview is going to come to an end. Please, like always, leave all your thoughts down below. I'm hyped for this one. I'm really excited for what hopefully is Barcelona's first trophy in over a year, guys. It's about, 16 months now, even more, since we last won a trophy, maybe nearly 18 almost. So I want one. I really want one. It's what we do here at Barcelona. So let's go out there and get some silverware. This is a massive game. The first final I'll be covering on the Barca Universal channel. Let's hopefully, guys, tomorrow evening be celebrating here deep into the night with a trophy in our hands. I'll see you guys then. Hopefully enjoy the game. And of course, watch out for that match review late on. Until then, goodbye.